Welcome, my dear learners, for this course on turbo machines. In this module 3, we were discussing about steam turbines. In our previous lecture, I have introduced you people for analysis of steam turbines, where in which we have discussed compounding, difference between impulse and reaction turbines, and also the combined velocity triangle, which is very important to solve or to conduct analysis of steam turbines. In today's lecture, I am going to derive the expression for maximum blade efficiency of impulse turbine and also the expression for maximum blade efficiency of 50% reaction turbine. Let us start deriving the expression for maximum blade efficiency of impulse turbine first. Before going to derive the maximum blade efficiency of an impulse steam turbine, first let us recall the combined velocity triangle, without which we cannot derive. So therefore, if I recall the combined velocity triangle, we have the common base u, and we have absolute velocities v1 and v2, and we have relative velocities Vr1 and Vr2. And if I draw a vertical line, I will get flow velocity Vf2 and Vf1. We have V1, V2. At inlet we have Vr1, exit is Vr2, angle made by Vr2 is beta 2, blade angle at exit, angle made by Vr1 is beta 1, similarly angle made by V1 is alpha 1, angle made by V2 is alpha 2. Coming for representing the base, V1 is the reference, V1 to Vr1 is U, V1 to Vf1 is Vu1. Similarly here, V2 is the reference, V2 to Vr2 is U, V2 to Vf2 is Vu2. So this is the combined velocity triangle, the most important one, which we will be using throughout this module. Now to derive the maximum blade efficiency for impulse steam turbine, let us denote two important parameters, that is, first one is speed ratio. Speed ratio is denoted by phi, which is given by rotor blade speed by inlet absolute velocity of the working fluid, and second one is blade friction coefficient. Blade friction coefficient, which is denoted by K, which is equal to Vr2 by Vr1. Now for impulse turbine, we know that blade efficiency or diagram efficiency is given by work done per kg divided by energy supplied per kg. Work done per kg is already known to us, which is given by Euler's equation of energy transfer. Work done per kg is given by U is common, Vu1 minus Vu2 for turbines divided by Gc, whereas energy supplied per kg is equal to, only we observe pressure drop in the stator, that is in the nozzle, so therefore the kinetic energy of steam is given by half mv square. Per kg mass will become 1, so therefore it is v1 square by 2 gc. Work done per kg, energy supplied per kg, if I divide these two, I will get blade efficiency for impulse steam turbine. Now to derive the maximum blade efficiency, express everything in terms of blade design parameters, that is in terms of U, V1 and alpha 1. Keep that in mind. We should express everything in terms of U, V1 and alpha 1. Now, first let us express work done per kg. So for turbines, if you observe, we have VU1 moving from left to right, VU2 is moving from right to left. So therefore, for turbines, always it is VU1 plus VU2 by GC, which I have clearly discussed in our lecture 6 of module 2. So it should be plus for turbines. If I use minus, it will become work done per kg for turbo machine. If I interchange the term with a negative sign, it will become work done per kg for power absorber. For turbine, it is VU1 plus VU2. Now, if you observe, VU1 plus VU2 is overall length of the diagram. So therefore, VU1 plus VU2 can also be written as velocity triangle. I can write VU1 plus VU2 as VR1 cos beta 1 plus VR2 cos beta 2. So VR1 cos beta 1 plus VR2 cos beta 2 is equal to VU1 plus VU2, that is also equal to overall length of this combined velocity triangle. Now let me introduce blade friction coefficient. So therefore I should take VR1 cos beta 1 common. If I take VR1 cos beta 1 common, I will get 1 plus VR2 by VR1 into cos beta 2 by cos beta 1. Now we know that VR2 by VR1 is blade friction coefficient. Let us define cos beta 2 by cos beta 1 as constant C. Let C is equal to cos beta 2 by cos beta 1, and also VR1 cos beta 1 can be expressed in terms of blade design parameters, that is V1 U and alpha 1 as VU1 minus U. VU1 minus U is nothing but VR1 cos beta 1. VR1 cos beta 1 is equal to VU1 minus U, whereas VU1 is nothing but V1 cos alpha 1. So therefore I can write VU1 plus VU2 as VU1 minus U into 1 plus blade friction coefficient K into constant, that is the ratio of cos of blade angles. Now VU1 can be written as V1 cos alpha 1, V1 cos alpha 1 minus U into 1 plus K into C. So now if you observe, I have expressed work done per kg in terms of V1, U and alpha 1. Denominator is already we have V1, so no need to alter the denominator. So therefore we will get, now work done per kg will become U of VU1 plus VU2 can be written as V1 cos alpha 1 minus U whole multiplied by 1 plus K into constant C divided by GC. Let us substitute this to equation 1. Let us call this as equation 2, equation 3, and this as equation 4. So therefore substitute 3 and 4 to equation 1, equation 3 and equation 4 in equation 1. I will get blade efficiency as U of V1 cos alpha 1 minus U into 1 plus Kc divided by V1 square by 2. GC will get cancelled. Now I will introduce the blade ration, that is speed ration. Speed ration is U by V1. So therefore I will divide V1 for this one and V1 for inside separately. So if I do that, I will get blade efficiency as efficiency of blade is equal to U by V1 is 5, 2 goes to numerator. So therefore 2 5, I left out with 1 V1, I will divide that 1 V1 to first bracket. So if I divide that for first bracket, V1 and V1 will get cancelled. I will left out with cos alpha 1 minus U by V1 is 5. So V1 square is cancelled, so I don't have anything. So this will remain as it is, 1 plus Kc. 1 V1 I divided for U, another V1 I divided for first bracket. U by V1 is 5, V1 will get cancels, U by V1 is 5. So this is the expression for blade efficiency in terms of speed ratio and blade friction factor K and constant C, which is nothing but the ratio of cosine of blade angles. Now condition for maximum efficiency is maximum blade efficiency is, first one is no friction. If there is no friction, value of K should be 1. Blade should be symmetric, that is beta 1 should be equal to beta 2. If beta 1 and beta 2 are equal, C will become 1. And third condition is the derivative of blade efficiency with respect to speed ratio should be equal to 0. So therefore find the third condition by substituting the blade efficiency equation. If I substitute this, I will get d by d phi of 2 phi cos alpha 1 minus 2 phi square 1 plus Kc is equal to 0. We will take 1 plus Kc constant outside. I will get 1 plus K into C into differentiation with respect to phi will gives us 2 cos alpha 1 minus 4 phi is equal to 0. Send this to RHS and simplify, we will get 2 cos alpha 1 minus 4 phi is equal to 0. So therefore 4 phi is equal to 2 cos alpha 1. So therefore phi is equal to cos alpha 1 by 2. For efficiency to be maximum, speed ratio should be cos alpha 1 by 2. That is U by V1 should be equal to cos alpha 1 by 2 for blade efficiency to be maximum for axial flow impulse turbines. Very important. Now substitute these three conditions: no friction, blades are symmetric, and phi is equal to cos alpha 1 by 2 in the equation of blade efficiency, that is in the equation of phi. Substitute the conditions of maximum blade efficiency, eta max. Okay, substitute it will become maximum. So 2 times phi is cos alpha 1 by 2 into cos alpha 1 minus cos alpha 1 by 2 into 1 plus K is 1, C is 1, 1 into 1 is 1. So therefore I left out with 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Eta max is equal to cos alpha 1 into 1 minus half is half cos alpha 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1 is 2. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So therefore maximum blade efficiency for axial flow impulse turbine is cos square alpha 1. Hence we have derived the maximum blade efficiency of axial flow impulse steam turbine, because all steam turbines are axial flow machines. So this is the proof or expression for maximum blade efficiency of impulse steam turbine. Let me pause this video for a while so that people can copy it down. Later I will derive an expression for maximum blade efficiency of reaction steam turbine, that is 50% reaction steam turbine. Now coming for expression for maximum blade efficiency of 50% degree of reaction steam turbine. The best example for 50% degree of reaction steam turbine is Parsons steam turbine. The velocity triangle will remain same, that is the combined velocity triangle I will retain. Let us consider the speed relation as phi is equal to u by v1 and blade friction coefficient as k is equal to vr2 by vr1. The blade efficiency is defined as the ratio of work done per kg divided by energy supplied per kg. The work done per kg is known, that is Euler's equation of energy transfer. Since axial flow machines, therefore U is common. Now energy supplied per kg will become, for reaction turbines, the pressure drop is observed both in the stator as well as in the rotor. So therefore energy supplied per kg should be V1 square by 2gc plus VR2 square minus VR1 square by 2gc. Take this as equation number 3. This is the energy supplied equation for reaction turbines. Now express everything in terms of blade design factors, that is U, V1 and alpha 1. If I consider VU1 plus VU2, I can write, before that we know that for R is equal to 0.5 we have some conditions, that is apart from this, for R is equal to 0.5 we know that V1 is equal to VR2, V2 is equal to VR1, alpha 1 is equal to beta 2 and alpha 2 is equal to beta 1. Very, very important. These conditions I have already explained in our model 2 itself for R is equal to 0.5. Now expressing VU1 plus VU2 as VU1 plus VU2 as VU1 plus VU2 is overall length of the combined velocity triangle. I can write with the help of V1 and alpha 1 as V1 cos alpha 1 plus V2 cos alpha 2, whereas V2 is VR1, alpha 2 should be equal to beta 1. So therefore I can write this as VU1 plus VU2 is equal to V1 cos alpha 1 plus V2 should be equal to VR1 for R is equal to 50% and alpha 2 should be equal to beta 1. Now VR1 cos beta 1 is equal to VU1 minus U. VU1 minus U is VR1 cos beta 1. So therefore this is further simplified as V1 cos alpha 1 plus VU1 minus U. Now VU1 is nothing but V1 cos alpha 1 again. So therefore it is V1 cos alpha 1 plus V1 cos alpha 1 minus U. Hence we got VU1 plus VU2 as 2V1 cos alpha 1 minus U. Take this as equation number 4. So we calculated the value of VU1 and VU2, VU1 plus VU2 in terms of U, V1 and alpha 1. Now in the denominator we have V1 square, okay, but here we have VR2 square minus VR1 square. So therefore I should express this also in terms of U, V1 and alpha 1. So therefore if I consider energy supplied per kg directly, so let me substitute this and keep for equation 2. So hence work done per kg will become U of 2 V1 cos alpha 1 minus U by GC. Take it as equation number 5. So I substituted equation 4 in equation 2. So now we have only u, v1 and alpha 1. Similarly, express energy supplied per kg in terms of u, v1 and alpha 1. Let me consider energy supplied per kg. I can write it as v1 square by 2gc plus vr2. vr2 should be equal to v1 again. It will become v1 square by v1 square minus vr1 square. I have substituted because vr2 is equal to v1 for r is equal to 50%. So now if I simplify, I will get v1 square plus v1 square is 2v1 square, 2v1 square minus vr1 square by 2gc. Now vr1 square can be written as vf1 square plus vu1 minus ud whole square. This is equal to 2v1 square minus vu1 vf1 square plus vf1 square plus vu1 minus ud whole square divided by 2gc. So further simplifying which I will get energy supplied per kg as 2v1 square minus vf1 square is v1 square sin square alpha 1 plus a minus b whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Now vu1 can be written as v1 cos alpha 1 whole divided by 2gc, which is equal to 2v1 square minus v1 square sin square alpha 1 plus v1 square cos square alpha 1 plus u square minus 2u. v1 is vu1 can be written as again v1 cos alpha 1 whole divided by 2gc. Here I can take v1 square common, it will become sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, so therefore this will become v1 square. So hence I will get 2v1 square minus v1 square minus u square plus 2u v1 cos alpha 1 by 2gc. So now we have only v1, u and alpha 1. Now I can substitute for equation number 1. So therefore substituting equation 5 and 6 in 1, we will get blade efficiency as 2 will go to numerator, u of 2v1 cos alpha 1 minus u, gc and gc will get cancelled, denominator is 2v1 square minus v1 square. So 2v1 square minus v1 square will become v1 square, that's it, right? And this will be u square plus 2u v1 cos alpha. Now let me take v1 square common. If I take v1 square common in the denominator, I can write the denominator as 1 minus u square by v1 square is 5 square plus 2u by v1 is 5, v1 v1 cancel, cos alpha 1, numerator is 2u of 2v1 cos alpha 1 minus u. I take a v1 square common in the denominator. Now divide v1 square to numerator, we will get blade efficiency as 2 5, 1 v1, another v1 is send it to inside, will become 2 cos alpha 1 minus phi divided by 1 minus phi square plus 2 phi cos alpha. For efficiency to be maximum, d beta by d phi should be equal to 0. If you differentiate this with respect to phi and equate it to 0, we will get the condition for maximum blade efficiency. If I do that, you should get phi is equal to cos alpha 1. Keep that in mind. This is very, very important. You just differentiate yourself and see. You should get phi is equal to cos alpha 1. Now we know the condition for maximum blade efficiency. Substitute phi is equal to cos alpha 1 in this equation. We'll get maximum blade efficiency as 2 cos alpha 1 of 2 cos alpha 1 minus cos alpha 1 divided by 1 minus cos square alpha 1 plus 2 cos square alpha 1. If I simplify this, I will get 2 cos alpha 1 minus alpha 1 is 1 cos alpha 1, that is cos square alpha 1. So therefore maximum blade efficiency for 50% reaction turbine is 2 cos square alpha 1 divided by 1 plus cos square alpha 1. So this is the expression for maximum blade efficiency of 50% degree of reaction steam turbine. The corresponding velocity triangle will become, I should have phi should be equal to alpha 1 and these conditions should be satisfied. So therefore the velocity triangle will be S square. So we will be having U and here V1. Here I have alpha 1. So phi is equal to cos alpha 1. Cos alpha 1 is U by V1. Phi is equal to cos alpha 1 is satisfied. So now V1 should be equal to VR2. So this will become VR2. Here I left out with VR1, that is VF1 is equal to VR1. VR1 should be equal to V2. So here you will get V2 is equal to VF2. Alpha 1 should be equal to beta 2. Now for maximum blade efficiency with 50% degree of reaction, this is the velocity triangle, and we have beta 1 is equal to 90. Correspondingly, beta 1 is equal to alpha 2. Alpha 2 is equal to 90 degree. Now V1 to VR1 is U, V1 to VF1 is VU1. This is also equal to VU1. Now V2 to VR2 is U, V2 and VF is nothing, therefore VU2 is 0. So this is the combined velocity triangle for maximum blade efficiency with R is equal to 0.5. Satisfy the condition phi is equal to cos alpha 1 and eta max is equal to 2 cos square alpha 1 by 1 plus cos square alpha 1. And this is how you should derive, if he asks, derive maximum blade efficiency for 50% degree of reaction steam turbine. So this completes the two very important derivations, that is maximum blade efficiency for impulse steam turbine and expression for maximum blade efficiency of 50% degree of reaction steam turbine. Good example for impulse steam turbine is D-level steam turbine. Example for 50% degree of reaction steam turbine is Parsons steam turbine. That's all from this lecture. Thank you all.